Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the COP update with the LFC Daytrippers. I'm Gav. As always, it's 2 p.m. and it's time to sit down, have a cup of tea, and look forward to the game later on. Liverpool v Leeds at Anfield in the Premier League. This show today is all going to be about your predictions, score predictions, team predictions, anything you want to predict that might go on during the game, and anything else that comes up in the chat in the next half an hour. We will absolutely discuss it. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you have, brilliant. If you're in here and you're watching, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. 40 shows a month for free on YouTube and on all your podcast platforms as well, so you won't miss a show if you're subscribed or you have us downloaded on one of your apps, wherever it might be. Share it across your social media, and most of all, put those comments in there for me to read and have a chat about in the next 25 minutes to half an hour. We will talk later about Féileacáin, our charity partner, and we'll just, whatever comes up. That's the way it works at 2 o'clock most days. Daniel Dawson says 4-0 tonight, no prisoners, let's make a statement. Reds, I think the place is going to be buzzing tonight. There's already talk of buses getting welcomed, and when Liverpool fans decide that buses need proper welcomes, they can sniff something out, something's going on, and they're absolutely up for it. Kieran B says the weather is shocking where I am, wind howling, lashing rain, hope it's not stormy in Anfield tonight. Where I am, which is, I don't know, 200 miles from Liverpool, it's bright, it's windy, it's dryish, so it's not too bad. The weather's getting better. It has been awful for the last week or so. Garrett McDonald says, good afternoon, Trippers. 3-0 tonight. Salah with a brace, and Matip is finally going to end one of those mazy runs by sticking it in the top bins. I don't know. Salah's a good shout. I don't know about Matip running the length of the pitch, to be honest with you. Kieran B has 4-1. Salah by 2. Salah by 2, Diaz and VVD. Jurgen Klopp has apparently responded to comments by Pep Guardiola about us being a pain in their ass. And he said, yeah, that's the plan, to be a pain as long as we possibly can. And Jurgen's up for it. He knows. No matter what he says, he knows we win tonight and go 3 points behind them. It's absolutely game on. And, you know, like I said, the buzz around the place, I think it's going to be electric tonight. Absolutely electric. Hoping for a statement tonight from the Reds, says Hannah Alone. I don't know if we need a statement. I think if we just go out and win this game like we should, you know, that's absolutely fine. Don't need to make big statements. You just go out and win games. You know, if it comes where you make a statement win, that's absolutely fine. But just win games, doesn't matter how you do it. Just win games. We done a great show last night. Well, I thought it was a great show last night with Chris, Kev, and Joe Wayman, the Leeds fan. And Joe was very, very honest in his assessment of Leeds, how it's been this season, where they are at the moment, how they get over it, what they're looking for coming to Anfield tonight. And he basically said, look, with the players we have out, the form we're in, the confidence, how worked or overworked I suppose their players are, he thinks Leeds will do well to come away not conceding 3 or 4 here tonight. But Liverpool can't be dragged into that. Liverpool don't want to be listening to that. You know, Liverpool just want to go out, pick their team, play their game, be intense, you know, be direct and be at Leeds, and they'll absolutely win the game. They win most games if they do that. You know, I seen there was one comment last night after the show in the comments, one guy was saying, look, Liverpool have a tendency at times to not treat these games when they're considered very, very heavy favourites with 100% seriousness, I suppose. You know, this person reckons you might see Trent be a bit sloppy, Van Dijk be a little bit sloppy, and that can, you know, filter his way through the side. I don't agree with that on a couple of levels. I do agree we can become a bit lax at times and we drop our levels, and that's part of managing the game, where we don't manage it right because of our levels drop and we think it becomes a bit too easy. I do agree with that, but I don't agree with us being lax going out there tonight. We know this is the chance we've been waiting for a good while now. You know, we are talking a couple of months. This is the chance we've been waiting for, and I think every player going out there tonight, couple of factors: to go 3 points behind, to give themselves, some players give themselves a big push for that League Cup final on Sunday, and stay in the team and make yourself undroppable. And I think they'll really thrive on tonight. And if they get over the line tonight, I think they'll really thrive on the rest of the season. That's just the way they're built for me. Let me see. The pitch could do with a break from the weather, but on the other hand, Leeds will suffer from it 2 games in a row, says Daniel Dawson. There was talk around the pitch at the weekend against Norwich, but it had been horrendous weather for 48 hours leading up to that game. It was going to cut up, but you can be rest assured, as soon as that game's over, you're going to have the ground staff out on it straight away. And they've had 4 days. Yeah, 4 days to look after. I expect the pitch to be okay, and the weather has eased a little bit over the last couple of days, which will help. Mem Crate is in, he says good afternoon. Curtis J is in, says good afternoon. Kieran B says good afternoon. They're all just saying hello to each other. Zachary says rumours of Origi starting. We discussed this last night, I think, but there was a good point made again in the comments last night. That's why I love reading them after the show. And it was like, Origi hasn't played an awful lot of football. Will he make 90 minutes? Are you literally putting him, starting him on the pitch, knowing you're going to have to substitute him? And I think that's a good point. Origi might be held off and held back and used if there's a bit of an emergency, like Norwich could have been, or used if we're a couple of goals up with 20, 25, 30 minutes to go, and you give him a run and you give some other people a rest. Again, looking forward to Sunday, but we'll have to wait and see. Brackes and Tree says good morning. So he must be over in America, I think. And he also predicts, he or she, sorry, I'm not too sure if it's a man or a woman. I predict Leeds will not score. Let me see. Kieran B says there's a driving club in a place called Muff, called the Muff Driving Club. Oh, sorry, there's a diving club, in a place called Muff, called the Muff Diving Club. Always makes me laugh. There you go. And another prediction from Brackes and Tree. I predict Gav will not shave before the match. That's you won't get great odds on that. In the bookies, I'll try to have a shave over the next day or two. Is that alright? I'm just too busy. Think if we're on it, Gav, it could be a battering later tonight. Oh no, listen. Again, I go back to the show last night, and one I always say about Joe Wayman, he doesn't spin you a yarn or say things for popular opinion or say things to try, look delusional or anything. He calls it as he sees it, and the way he just said, look, the form Liverpool are on, the reward they can get tonight, and the position it can put them in for the rest of the season, along with trying to, get themselves going for a League Cup final on Sunday. He just thinks that Leeds have an absolute mountain to climb to get anything out of this game. And I put it to him last night, look, if Liverpool come out and they have the intensity, they make the pitch big, they hunt Leeds down, that it could be 3 or 4, and he was in full agreement. Like he talks about Rafinha, he talks about Dan James. With Rafinha's such a good footballer, Dan James has loads of pace and will work all day for you. Gelhardt is a prospect that Leeds that will work all day for you as well. But he was saying, look, even with all that, if Liverpool show up 7, 8 out of 10, they will win. So there you go. Hope Klopp goes strong, says Pratik Montana. There's enough days between today and the cup final for players to be well rested. Fully agree with you. I think the way it's set out, strong tonight, strong Sunday, changes against Norwich in the FA Cup, that you could still go and win that game, because I don't know what Norwich side will turn up there in deep trouble in the Premier League, and we'll prioritise that without a doubt. And then you can look from there and say, right, we've got through A, B and C. We have rotated to a certain extent, winning games because we've done well, i.e. if we do well against Leeds. Before games, Norwich in the Cup, and then they set their stall out for the rest of the season. That's the way I see it. Sukhvinder Singh, how's it going, Gav? Big game tonight, straight at it from minute 1. Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't want to come out here and start slow and give Leeds something to chew on. I really, really want us to come out and be absolutely at it. And I think the crowd will play a massive part. Those rumours of the bus being welcomed, I think, is big. Because if the bus is being welcomed, it means people are out early, waiting for that team to come in, showing what it means. Just giving the players that little nudge and reminder that the fans sense something here and we're going to go for it, and we're going to go for it together. So I think with that, and then the fans getting into the ground, because they'll probably get in a bit early because of that. And yeah, I can see it being really, really hostile tonight, really loud, bouncing. And if we can get at it and get a goal or 2 goals up in the first half an hour or so, we should run out easy winners. Curtis J hopes the players are ready for this. I think they are. I think they're built for it. I think they've worked really hard to manoeuvre themselves back into this position. And when you do that, you want the rewards at the end. And I know, like, people say, well, what reward is it? It's only 3 points. It puts you on another level with regards to this season. You know, you're not playing hoping that something happens. If they win tonight, they're 3 points in it. They know they to go to the Etihad, right? And all they know is if they keep winning games, they could get to the Etihad to go top, go level, pull clear. You don't know. But look, I think the players absolutely know what this is about. Be a good game to score a few goals. Leeds are shambles at the back. They look very open. I said it to Joe last night. They look very open. They look lacking in confidence, cohesion. And I think the important thing, even watching United were cute what they done against them on Sunday, where they let the goalkeeper have it, they let them pass it out, they let them get it to a certain stage and then press them, and United were picking up a hell of a lot of ball around halfway, whether that was left wing, right wing, or around the centre. They were picking a lot of ball up there and starting to play from there. They trapped Leeds into more or less pulling them to one side of the pitch, making them play it long, and then United were looking to play. And it worked really well, and I think we're a much better side than Manchester United, both on the ball and in transition, where you win it around midfield and you can go from there. So it all depends what way Leeds could come out and go 4-5-1 here and just sit in and go, listen, we're not interested, and they absolutely could do that. But if that's the case, it's up to us to find a way through, and I'd be putting a lot of balls at that keeper. I know it's an old saying, but I'd be literally hanging balls under the bar for that keeper. I'd be taking shots at him. I'd be doing whatever, because he just looks like, whether you think he's a good goalkeeper or not, I think he just looks shot of confidence, the keeper. So it's one of those. Let me see. We'll be keeping an eye on Bruno versus 11 other Brunos in the other game. Yeah, okay. United Madrid, I presume you're relating to there. I think Origi starting would be smart. Get the rest, Mane or Diaz ahead of Sunday. The lads wanted Origi last night, and I went with them. But in fairness, the comment I read afterwards in the comment section of last night's show kind of swayed me, where I went, he's probably a better 30-minute option, regardless of what state the game is in and the amount of football he's played. So it's listen, I always say it, no matter what 11 gets picked today, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Take it on its merits. Go into the game. And yeah, you'll form opinions as the game go on over certain players that may be being picked or not picked, but don't freak out. The man knows what he's doing. Garrett Lawson says, points on Sunday, Gav. I can't, Garrett. It's your brother's birthday, from what I believe. But I can't. My wife is away this weekend. I have got the kids, so I literally have both of them hanging out me while I'm trying to watch the match on Sunday. Southern Scouser says, afternoon, Gavin, all good. How are you, my man? I hope you're well. Dylan O'Rourke has 6-0, Salah 3, Robertson, Elliott and Diaz. Sukhvinder Singh says 3-0 Red, Salah, Origi and VVD. Zachary says, has anyone seen the inside training? Kanate has it all, holy. I sometimes catch that inside training. Shawnee is mad on it. Inside training, inside Anfield, inside the canteen, inside. Shawnee loves the stuff. He can't get enough of it. He absolutely loves all that stuff. Ali A says, yeah, Origi starting rumours are going around, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Kevin Ball, as long as we win, that's all that matters. Obviously, if we score a few, it would be good. I'm with you. Just win. 1-0. I don't give a shit. People will look to goal difference and stuff, and that will creep into people's heads, because if we go 3 points behind and we're to beat City at the Etihad, and then we both won all our games at the end of the season, it will come down to goal difference. I think it's goal difference first, then head to head, and then the other ways of looking at it. But I think it might be goal difference first, and it's very tight goal difference wise. I think it might be 2 in it at the moment, maybe 2. Somebody said there, Eric Bob, 1 a.m. in from down under. So he says, well, look, I love your dedication. 1 o'clock in the morning is usually when I'm at me. I'm my most active, I suppose. After finishing shows, I'm working and doing stuff after 1 o'clock. But fair play to you, 1 o'clock in the morning, watching from down under. Gav, how strong do you think we need to go to secure 3 points? Says Joseph. It's for me. I know Sunday's a final. I get that, but this is the next game. This is the league game, and we fought so hard to get into this position. So I want to go as strong as we possibly can. I really do. So the strongest team I think we can put out there tonight is Alisson, Trent, Konate, Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago Elliott, Mane, Salah, Diaz. That's what I would do. Now, talk of Origi, I've no issue with it. I've no issue whoever starts. But if it was me, I'd go as much as I can. And if you're 3-0 up on 60, you can take off a Fabinho or a Thiago or an Elliott. You can take off a Mane, Salah or Diaz. You can take off a Trent. You can do all this. You can take off a Robertson. Win the game, get it won, and then make changes and see out the last 25, half an hour. That gives players plenty of rest. 4 more days until the next game. We're used to this. This squad is used to this. They actually play best when you tell them, listen, you're playing every 3 days, then 4 days, then 3 days, then 4 days. They love it. And I always say, once you're winning games, fatigue doesn't really come into it. You've heard all the great managers, all the great players will tell you, when you're winning games, you want to play every day of the week. And once we keep winning, it doesn't, not that it doesn't matter how many games we're playing, but you can keep to a minimal amount of rotation if you like, because like you try telling me if Salah plays today, wins the League Cup Sunday, plays the FA Cup, which I'm not too sure if he will, on the following week, you telling me that he doesn't want to play the next league game? He wants to be out there going, yeah, and especially Salah, he just wants to play every minute of every game. So I would go as strong as I possibly could. This is the biggest game of the three between the three competitions over the next week. This is the biggest one. It is. It absolutely is the biggest one, followed by the League Cup final, followed by the FA Cup. But why can't we we can just win them all? That's what we should be looking at now. That's what we should be looking at. Let me see. Leeds were absolutely goosed on 60 minutes on Sunday. It'll be the same tonight. They did look tired. Firpo in particular, come on. It was mad. Let me see. Imagine Gav pre-trippers as your co-worker. He'd talk your ear off after lunch to quitting time. Well, I have to talk. I could sit here in silence and it wouldn't really go that well. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I talk an awful lot, but I kind of have to. That's me job. Can't see us going full throttle with the cup final coming up. Expect us to go with them early with a few goals up, then control possession for the last bit. Hopefully, spare Devon. Yeah, that's the perfect scenario. That's absolutely the perfect scenario. We will be on it tonight, says Jason Chaborn. Mentality monsters must come back out to play, says Garrett Lawson. I think that's starting to appear, and it's an awful lot of huge mental strength in basically the media more or less crowning Man City as champions since the turn of the year, and Liverpool having only lost 2 games. We've only lost 2 games since Real Madrid did Champions League last season, I think. And I think that mental side of it is really starting to come to the fore. But now is the time to really, really put the hammer down. Every game like a cup final. This isn't calculus or high level physics, says what's for dinner. Correct. Every game is. I agree. You should be absolutely targeting everything that you can win, and they're built for this. Trust me. That if they win tonight and win a League Cup final, I think they'll do an Origin. You're in a FA Cup quarter final. Anything can happen. You can get anyone, and you can absolutely target them while still going on and win loads in the league. We've had our warning already, Gav, says Garrett McDonald. The match versus Leicester was the wake-up call the team needed. I couldn't agree more with you. Because that was the one where we went into it on the 28th of December, I think it was, and it was like, oh, Leicester are missing this player and that player, and they're only getting these players back, and they've injuries, and Liverpool will win and stuff, and we were beating 1-0. We weren't great. And Leicester literally done fuck all in the game, bar shot once and got a goal and held on to it, and we lost. And that's one of the games that have killed us this season, along with a lot of draws. But that one in particular at Leicester was one where people really talked Liverpool up to go and win handsomely, and they didn't. and we have to avoid that. I think we absolutely have to avoid that. If we get an early goals, Kevin Ball, it could be an early night for Leeds, or a long night for Leeds. Yeah, it could be. But when you get the first, you want the second and the third. You know, you don't want to be going into. I don't like the whole make changes at 2-0 on 60. I'd like to be 3-0. I really do. I want to be 2 or 3-0. So let's see how we get on with there. Gav, have you heard that Klopp said he wants to manage Thiago's minutes because it keeps him fit like that? Yeah, well, you can manage him. A lot of people think then that he won't play, but you can manage him the other way. 60, fine. Play 60. Take him off. Stick Ox on, Keita on, Curtis Jones in the squad. Stick him on. Doesn't matter. Henderson. Doesn't matter. That's how you manage them. You don't have to a lot of people think, if he manages his minutes, he won't play. Play him, and he's only playing 2/3 of the game. He's well able for that, Thiago. You can't give me that he's not able for it. He absolutely is. I understand what the niggles he's had, but 60 minutes is absolutely fine if you're winning the game. The crowd can go quiet if not a quick start. It needs to be treated like a Champions League night in the stands tonight. That's why I keep going back to this possible bus welcoming. I think that's a huge thing. I really do. So annoyed, says VK. A game isn't on the UK telly tonight. Yeah, it would have been on BT on the 26th of December because the Champions League is on tonight, and this is the only midweek we can fit it in. You cannot broadcast top flight domestic football from the major leagues on the night of a Champions League game. That's the contract. You will get it on American TV or wherever you need to find it, but you will find it. But it's just the way the contract is with regards to BT, Sky, Premier Sports, I think as well. It's the same. Afternoon, Red, says Red Stiff. Was just getting my eggs and bacon. Big mug of coffee. Nice. I'm going to have a lovely big cup of tea after this as well. I forgot a drink with me, but I'm going to have a nice big cup of tea as well. Let me see. I wonder how much 5 subs will change Klopp's thinking in the Premier League. In the Champions League, he has the freedom in selection. He's pushed for it a couple of times. It won't happen now. And the COVID stuff is all gone. But he pushed for it a couple of times during the COVID situations. And when they came back from the lockdown that time, he was saying, look, protect players, make 5 subs. But other teams didn't want it. And funny, the other teams that don't want it usually suffer the most and are down at the bottom of the table. There you go. Let me see. Keep Rafinha quiet is their main threat, says Curtis J. Yeah, that's if he plays. Didn't start against Manchester United. Comes on, plays half the game. Don't know if it's Bielsa just giving him a rocket or he has an issue and he hasn't got it in him for 90. We'll have to wait and see what Leeds team comes out. Personal opinion, says Dylan Rook, get your communion money on Laurenti to be carded. Klopp nominated for the LGBTQ award, says Paul Giovanni. Nice. Not much between those teams except desire to bring silverware back to Anfield and be written in the history books of our famous club. Yeah, you have to have your eye on all the prizes. When you get to this stage where you're very close to a quarter-final, semi-final of an FA Cup, you're in a League Cup final, you're in a dominant position, more or less, in your Champions League knockout round of 16, and you have a chance tonight to really set fire to the league title race. You have to target everything. As long as there's no injuries and we get the win, Kevin Ball will be happy. Southern Scouts, I reckon, 4-0 tonight. Throw in your score predictions before we finish up. Absolutely throw them in. If you want to throw in any team predictions that are off anywhere, way off what I've read out already, which is basically really, really strong, maybe Origi up front, maybe not, let us know and I'll read a few out before we go. Need the fans on it tonight because Leeds away support will be loud. Absolutely, Aidan. I agree with you. Leeds, regardless of the form they're in or the trouble they may be falling into, Leeds fans will turn up at Anfield tonight and be loud. That's one thing for them. They are loud and they keep going and they support their team. You even seen it on Sunday against United. They went 3-2-40 down. They still supported their side. They're always loud. They're always rowdy, boisterous. So Liverpool need to be absolutely all over that. Would we take a loss tonight and win the Carabao Cup or vice versa? I think the Cup might be more preferable. No, it's 3 points tonight. I'm not swapping anything for 3 points tonight. Not a chance. No, there's 38 games. There's 38 games in this league and we're 25 odd in, and this is huge. So no, I'm not swapping anything for 3 points tonight. MC was on the bus and missed the first 10 minutes. Ah, for fuck's sake. What made you miss the first 10 minutes? Getting on a bus doesn't take that long. Hopefully it's a routine win, says Chris Brack. Then we can make changes to protect the players. DT LFC says Liverpool FC 4, Leeds United 0. Nice. That's the second 4-0 in recent times. Players talk to each other. Imagine the banter between Liverpool and City players were coming. Yeah, it could be that. There could be that. Absolutely could. God forbid we only pick up a point tonight that will pick up City's dressing room and spur them on. Yeah, it has to be 3 points. They're almost wins. That's it. There's no, what if we draw here and stuff like that. The reason they're almost wins is because even if City slip again, it gives us more of a chance going to the Etihad to go ahead of them rather than go level. But everything is a must win. Absolutely everything. Be great, says Kevin Ball, if the game is done by 60 and we can take Salah off along with Fab or Thiago. That's what you'd hope for. Klopp's 2 rules: don't persecute people for being gay and never skim an Erdinger, says Red Steve. Okay, so this is in relation to his nomination that was discussing earlier. Klopp's he's very intelligent man, but he's very simple in his thoughts as well. Very straightforward. And yeah, you're making a joke there, Steve, with regards to the Erdinger and stuff like that, but he is very straightforward and so respectable of people and what they stand for, who they are, what they identify as, whatever it might be. Klopp is excellent on all these things, and even when he's right, and most of the time he gets persecuted at times, like, oh, what's he saying this for? Look at him, and I'm kind of going, yeah, but he's actually bang on what he's saying. Aiden says Forshaw's a decent ball player, but as a defensive mid, he can easily be got at. I just look at Leeds, the legs Leeds might have tonight. That's where I think they might struggle. The Leeds players and Harvey will probably show a lot of love to each other tonight after the last times it's 0-0. I think Elliott might start. Looks like Chelsea have some injury worries after last night's game. Yeah, says Jamie. Ziyech and Kovacic look to be doubts for Sunday. I haven't seen anything confirmed on that, and I don't think you will. I think Chelsea might keep that close to their chest with the League Cup final coming up. Let me see. Cahill says he go Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Elliott, Thiago, Diaz, Origi, Salah. 4-0 by the 60th minute, then rest your starters for Chelsea, says Daniel Dawson. Let me fly through a low here before I can finish up. 9:15 a.m. in Toronto, says Pratik Mantena. Nice one. More dedication there, and you're here and you weren't on a bus and you didn't miss the first 10 minutes, which is good. Let me see. Jesus, there's loads of them. I didn't realise you were writing that much stuff. I was going too slow. Let me see. Imagine we had won that Leicester game or even the Brighton one. We could have been going level on points tonight. Small margin may cost us in May. Yeah, but you have to forget about that now. You have to forget about it. We're in this position and we have to take this position as we go. It's on Premier Sports tonight in Ireland, says S. Murphy. Of course, we can have it transmitted in Ireland because we're not in the country of the Premier League, so that's good. Sadio's proper hungry versus Norwich, says S. Bob. I think we'll see an angry and dangerous Sadio today. Probably the same for Mo, as they be getting loads of service from the fullbacks. Let me go through here. Let me go. Aren't LFC Go going to show us his way in Redway? They could. If you have a subscription to LFC Go and maybe on there. Connor has 2-0 to Liverpool. Fortinbras has 3-1 to Liverpool. 3-0 says Thomas. 5-1 says Mark. 4-1 says Guzmo. 3-1 says Kev O'Sullivan. Jason Chadbourne has 5-0. So is Kevin Ball. Chris Brack is sticking with a controlled 2-0. Let me see. 6-2 to Liverpool, says Mo Bash HD. There's loads of high scoring there. There's loads and loads of high scoring. I'm down to the end. Great job as always, Gav. Mod Squad and chat. God bless you. Never walk alone, says What's for dinner. Thanks very much. Yeah, the moderators in here are great. They keep an eye on it. But in fairness, 99.9% of the people that come into this chat are excellent. They come in, they chat, they have the laugh with each other, they have a laugh with us, and they're respectful, they don't go on like idiots, and we very rarely have to ban people. and let's hope it stays like that. Regardless of how many subscribers we have or end up with, we'd like it to stay like that, because it's very easy to police, and you actually have intelligent people in there discussing football rather than shouting stuff for the sake of shouting. 10-0 to Liverpool, Saturday. Right, we're getting ridiculous now. Paul Giovanni has 3-0. Salah, VVD, and Diaz. It's 14:38 here in Kildare, and I missed the first 13 minutes because I wanted to, says Fernando Cheese. Edgy Guerrero is back. Edgy Guerrero is back. It's 14:38 in Kildare. It's only fucking 2:30 here. Are you 8 minutes ahead of me in Kildare? I wouldn't have thought so. Weird. Anyway, Gav, thoughts on us being linked to Anthony from Ajax? A couple of players from Ajax being linked away from them. Anthony, Gravenbach being linked with Bayern Munich. Look, I've seen Joe Gomez linked with about six teams in the last 24 hours because people need to write articles to get clicks. Pay no attention. There's only one thing you should be focused on right now, and that's Liverpool winning loads of games in different competitions and having a right go at winning everything they possibly can between now and the end of May or whatever it is when the last game of the season is. 3-0, says Carl Robinson. 2 for Salah and 1 for Thiago. Match Machoya is using his sister's subscription to stream games, so he can't judge. No one's judging anyone. Richard Lefebvre says 4-1 Salah, Fab, VVD, Origi. So loads of Veranda Cheese says he has fat fingers. Okay. So it's must have been 14:28 in Kildare, I presume. Listen, Féileacáin, I have to give it a mention before we go. It is our charity partner. It is an outstanding charity. It's something we're working really hard on. At the moment, we're finalising the golf day. We're finalising the sponsorship for that, and that's going really, really well. I think we've about 3 sponsorship slots left, and that'll be us done with that. That should bring our total somewhere between 3,500 and 4,000 with a bit of luck. And then it's all about getting donations. It's all about doing smaller little things that we can raise some money in different days and different kind of small events or whatever it might be. But if you can donate, the link is in the description to donate. If you want to know anything about Féileacáin, the link is in the description to check out their website, read up about them, because I trust me, you'll read their website and you go, Jesus, what an effort these people put in, and what a great charity it is. And it might help you make that decision on donating. If you're not in position to donate, which plenty of people out there aren't, just share it. Please share it amongst your family, your friends, your WhatsApp groups, your messenger groups, whatever it might be. Please share it around. Let people know what we're doing this for, how much we're trying to raise. Because, look, I always say shows and, hit the like button and or reclaimer will go mad, all these sort of jokes and stuff like that. It is all important to keep this show running, and, to the point where it's like literally 2 shows a day, every day of the week nearly. But the most important thing and our main focus now is Féileacáin and getting them to 10k, because trust me, 10k or 10,000 euros is a phenomenal amount of money to what these people do. Like the difference it will make to them is incredible. So please check them out. As I said, it's all in the description if you want to check them out or donate. And as I said, if you can't, do whatever you can, and if whatever you can is simply sharing it around and encouraging others to share it, and donate and talk about it, that will absolutely work, because the more we get out there, the more chance of hitting people that can donate, and we can get to that 10k. Okay, smash the sub, join the club, says the Reclaimer. There he is, right on. Hit the like before Gav mentions Reclaimer. You see, I told you, he's the one absolutely at us every day. Match says, love the chat, hopefully join the Telegram soon. Yeah, if you download the Telegram app, go as a subscriber, go into our community tab on YouTube. Hit the post there with regards to the chat. You can sign up. You can sign up for absolutely free, or you can sign up for $2.99 a month. And for $2.99 a month, all that money goes to charity as well. You get in there, just 60 or 70 Liverpool fans in there at the minute, all talking all sorts, football, Liverpool, transfers, whatever it might be, and having a lovely time doing it. As I said, you can do it for absolutely free, or you can donate to charity by committing $2.99 a month. Really easy to do. And everyone that is a subscriber is absolutely welcome to do so. Let me see. I never got an email about the Telegram yoke. I have the app on my phone, but I think I have to get an email first to activate that, says Trippers. Yeah, you should be able to fill it in, sign up, and then you should get an email back to activate and join the different groups that are in there. There's 4 or 5 groups specific to different things that we're talking about. Best LFC channel on the tubes, Gav, up the Reds, not the best, but probably one of the most enjoyable. So there you go. That has been the COP update for today. Me and Kev will be back at 10ish tonight, 10 minutes after the full-time whistle, with full-time Reds from Liverpool and Leeds at Anfield. I hope you can join us then. Talk to you in a bit. Over now.